So I can't even explain what I'm smelling right now. I'm not going to show it to you. You're going to have to wait to see the video. You're going to have to watch the video to know what this stuff looked like. This chicken is out of control. Oh my God. It's so rich and savory. It's freaking ridiculous. Some chicken quarters, carrots, some blood orange, some olives. I have kalamatas, but I add a couple of manzanillas for fun. We have a fennel. We have our Greek Out. We have a leek. We have some olive oil and some polenta that we're going to use to serve over. Something creamy. We're going to have a nice crispy skin on this because we're going to roast it in the oven with all these vegetables and broth and juice underneath. So we're going to have stewy and crispy at the same time. All right, and we cut the carrot. Cut the little tops off. This is not about being perfect. We want nice big chunks because it's kind of like our veg. You know, we're not trying to have it melt into the sauce. We want to have nice creamy carrots with our here's how we do the fennel. You just cut these off. You could save some of these. Ooh. Little sprigs if you want to garnish, but you can just also throw this in your freezer bag for your stock. I just like to quarter it up because I like to have it be a chunky kind of vegetable. You know, it doesn't that way. If some people don't like the fennel, they can just take it out. Now this is a really large leek. One, you want to cut that little root ball off, right? And then we want to split it in half. And leeks, sometimes because they grow in the dirt, right? They got these like layers of nice flavory, oniony goodness. Sometimes they're really dirty. So we're checking it out, you know. It's looking pretty clean. It looks like they did a good job of cleaning it. That's awesome. But we'll rinse it out anyways just to make sure. There's a little bit of dirt up at the top here, so we're gonna definitely rinse them. So here's our chicken thigh leg quarter combos. You can get these really cheap at the grocery store, and so I like to sometimes use stuff that's cheap and easy to buy. And like you go, what do I do with this big hunk of meat? Well, you got about, if you want a larger portion, you just have a whole leg. But if you want to make it a little smaller, you can split it in half. But we're going to just season it with this Greek Out here. All right. I'm going to kind of let it sit for a minute. So we're going to put the Greek Out on the chicken and in the sauce. And we're going to zest these oranges, and we're just going to put it right here in the olives because we're going to dump that all in at the same time anyway. So I don't think it really matters. There's no need to do extra. So if you don't have a zester, which I recommend you get because this is like the best tool, you can zest your lemons, your limes, your oranges. Grapefruit zest doesn't really have that much flavor if you cook with it, but it does have some good flavor if you're making like salad dressings or. Looks like we're gonna sear our chicken up. Our pan is looking hot, feeling hot. We're gonna put a little olive oil in there, or a lot of olive oil in there. See how it's kind of running really nice? So that means the pan's nice and hot, ready to go. There we go. So it's getting all over. And then we're just gonna Throw our chicken in. Yes, I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna make the rest of the seasoning on the chicken there. And now we're gonna flip it. Hear that nice sizzle? We got nice color on there. You know, we're not trying to like blacken it or anything. We're just trying to make sure we get color, because that's where you get flavor from the Maillard effect, from caramelizing the sugars in food. That's how you get that deep, rich, flavorful dish. So don't skip this step. You can't replace this with anything. It doesn't work that way. I mean, I know they make flavor enhancers and stuff, but this is goodness. We're gonna pull them out because they're nice and brown. See, now our pan's got what we call the fond on there, the fond de lis. Now, you want to keep all that stuff. You don't want to wipe that out. That is more flavor. That's deep, rich, caramelized, chickeny, spiced goodness. Now we're going to brown up our fennel. Throw it in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just throw it in there. And then we're going to, get that, brown this up. This is all going to be good. It's going to be flavorful. Looks like we're getting a little color on our fennel, see? Getting a little browning action, so that's all good. We'll flip these over. Cool. Get that one in there a little bit. Now we're just going to put our leeks in here. Now these have been washed and trimmed, and we're just going to kind of sweat them up. So they're going to be a little moist. They're just going to kind of steam up. And we're going to go to town on this. We're just going to use all this, because we're just going to make this super leaky, brothy goodness later on. We'll just keep cooking these down. Now we'll add some of the Greek Out to this as well. Greek Out. Let it go a little bit. The leeks don't really need to like saute. They just need to kind of bring everything together and sweat a little. Alright. So now we're going to add our juice, olives, and orange zest. Some of the blood oranges. Is all in there. So that's going to pull up all the juicy goodness. Also, putting in while it's hot is going to kind of caramelize those. Oh my gosh, that smells amazing. It's going to caramelize those the sugars in the juice as well by putting in when it's hot. And then we're going to put 1.5 cups of chicken stock, and that's going to be our sauce. So we're going to let that simmer for a minute. So here it is. Here's going to be the base for our stewy roasted chicken. All right, now we're going to put the chicken leg quarters in. We're going to throw this in the oven. So we're just going to kind of nestle them in there a little bit, because we want them to be in the broth slightly, but we don't want them so in that the skin won't get crispy as you roast. So we're having two different things happen here. We're having a stew and a crispy chicken. Look at that. Look at that. Who doesn't love that? See, it's simmering real hot. Then I'm going to put this in the oven for an hour at 375 degrees. We're going to pull it out, and it's going to be freaking amazing. Ooh, that's looking good. Who doesn't want that? So making polenta is kind of like making grits, but we got quick polenta because I bought a bunch of it during COVID. And it's still good because it lasts for years, but that's why we're going to use it. So we're going to use a cup of chicken stock. All right, we're going to bring that up to a simmer. It's bubbling. You get a nice little whisk and whisk this stuff in. And it cooks pretty quick. Like, it doesn't take that long. And you're going to finish it with a little butter. You might turn it down a little bit because as it thickens, it'll kind of pop up. We're going to keep whisking. See how it's coming up together nice and tight? We're going to throw in our butter, a little knob of butter. It's going to richen it up, make it nice and creamy, paired with our stewy chicken. And when I bring this stuff in here, you're going to go like, what is that? It's going to blow your mind. This thing is crazy. So this is hard to explain because the taste and smell of the sauce is like amazing. So I'm going to bring it up closer to the camera here so you can kind of see this. Look at that. That's like roasty, crispy chicken stew. I mean, how do you make crispy chicken stew? Like this? Oh God. I'm gonna taste it. Oh my God. That is out of control. All right, now we're gonna plate it up because that's what we do here, right? We eat food. So we get a little bit of polenta. I'm gonna put it off to the side. I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna use this jammer here. I'm gonna move this over a little bit so we can get some of these veggies. Put it in there, and we're gonna put the chicken right on top. So you can taste the olives, you can taste the orange, you can taste the fennel, the leeks, like it's this amazing. Well, I think we're gonna cut that. We're just gonna cut it. Because this is too big. Make sure you don't turn it over so we lose that crispy skin. So we're just gonna go right here. Oh, whoops. See, you can make mistakes. It's okay. Not everything has to be perfect. You know, just as long as it tastes good. That's the most important thing. We're gonna get a little, we're gonna wipe it off. We're not gonna worry about it. And we're gonna show, like, what the world? This is so good. This is so good. Roasted stewy chicken with fennel, olives, blood orange, leeks, and buttery polenta. I'm gonna put a little more stock in there because I just feel like it needs more.